It's basically like the 3 big panels. They're all the size of a building, and this year is Fallout 76.
Right.
That shows 3 different Vault Boys, seemingly all in a row, going into or coming out of a vault.
I think it's one of the main reasons why they had to put Fallout 76 in advance of E3. They had to announce it because you can't hide the fact that
You would know.
Yeah, there's going to be something Fallout related specifically.
Kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
And I think when we were doing Glitch Please earlier this week or late last week, I talked about my conspiracy theories about how the first Vault Boy is saluting and winking and the other 2 are following, which makes it seem to me like a squad or a leader.
Like party-based.
Right.
I will say something about that particular, both the teaser trailer they put out and this announcement trailer that they put out as part of the show today, is in neither one of them do I get a sense that the Lone Wanderer, the protagonist, that he's the one speaking. It seems like a vault overseer or somebody that's a narrator that's narrating over the top. And I know that the speaking protagonist was a big point of contention for a lot of people for Fallout 4. I felt fine. It's like I don't remember what it was like.
Okay, they are talking about Fallout 4, Fallout 76 for now.
When you get in conversations, that was definitely a departure from previous Fallout games, and I wonder if maybe they're going back in that direction. But then again, I can't remember also.
Yeah, we still have to wait on Bethesda. I think 20 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that.
Fallout 4 teasers, I don't.
So let's have a look and see what happens.
The Wanderer, right? That was the song they used.
Yeah.
In that one, and that's the only really the commercial I remember for Fallout 4.
Yeah. I don't know either. Maybe I think dog meat was a big thing about one of the trailers too, right?
Yeah.
For Fallout 4, like that was one of the big reveals. Anyway, I'm working from memory here, but I know a lot of people complained about it. I'm wondering if Bethesda has listened to their community and is taking a step back from that.
So we'll definitely see. I think Fallout 76 is probably going to be one of the big stars of this one. Bethesda's teased, well, specifically Pete Hines, I think, tweeted a little while ago that this is the biggest presentation they've had so far, and considering that the year they mic dropped with Fallout 4 was a pretty big year, that sets expectations pretty high for this.
So I got a comment here. I'm on Twitter right now. Shane Elliott 12 on Twitter said, biggest structures are the New River Gorge Bridge, the Greenbrier Hotel, Woodburn Hall at West Virginia University, and the Capitol Building in Charleston. Just wanted to let you all know that. So I'm going to make an assumption that Shane there is from the region, but those aren't like huge landmarks that I would know. From, like D.C. and Philadelphia, it's like I still felt really connected with those.
In the meantime, we're going to play something as well,
still felt really
just to
to
keep up.
I guess the big white building that we were asking about after the teaser was shown during the Xbox briefing is the state capitol. There's something about there's like a bunker there that was designed for senators and such. I don't know a whole lot about it personally, but that's definitely an interesting note.
Yeah, and I saw a Protectron walking around on the grounds in front of it in that portion of the cutscene.
But is that a rebuilt place where the Protectron is walking around?
I don't know. It seemed like it was still pristine and there was vegetation.
That's what I'm saying. I think they one of the goals of the anyway.
Or it's
go back to my building feed.
Or it's some kind of flashback, or like before the bombs.
I like
off.
that.
Let me know if
that's what I'm thinking.
Sound
is a little bit too much,
or whatever that you build.
I don't know how loud it is, so I want to know from you guys how the sound is.
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. They show it one way and they show it pristine.
Yeah, it looks clean.
It doesn't feel like a flashback to me. That feels like progress in the game.
I really
planting flowers.
Everybody, welcome.
Well, you do have to
E3,
yeah.
2018.
With flowers.
Bethesda.
With your post-nuclear.
Too bad I was too late for the
We're about 5
Xbox.
minutes out.
Pretty
live
exciting.
event.
Do you have any predictions?
Was an interesting event for sure.
We don't know that they're going to unveil it here at E3.
We don't even really know what it would be.
All we know about Starfield is that in 2016, I think it's 2016, Bethesda trademarked something called Starfield. That's the extent. There's since been speculation that this could be, very based on the name, a space cousin to what they do with Elder Scrolls and Fallout, that it might even potentially be some kind of shared universe thing. We don't know if this is like single player, multiplayer. Obviously, single player stuff's been Bethesda Game Studios' strength, but they've now got a couple of different studios. They've got what was Battlecry in Austin, which is now a Bethesda Game Studio that has done work on multiplayer stuff in the past. So maybe there's some potential there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if they're going to announce more stuff from Arcane. They've got id, so we're assuming that we're going to see some Rage 2. What else?
Some interesting stuff though.
Remake of Brink. I think that's pretty.
Maybe they'll continue their 40 minutes of gameplay they did for Dishonored 2 a couple years ago.
We never got to finish that. So people in the chat on YouTube are saying that building that we were talking about is the Greenbrier Hotel, which was used as a bug-out bunker for members of the government during the Cold War as a potential backup seat of power.
All right, so I got the details on that all wrong. My bad.
Just want to clarify. So I do want to remind people also that
not a well-known. It's not like that's on the back of the.
I mean, you wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
We will be giving light commentary during the conference, so you may hear some reaction. It'll be like watching the conference with your friends. You may hear us go like, "Ooh," or "That looks interesting." But we'll try to let when we have a full screen presentation or they're showing a game, we'll try to let that speak for itself. But we'll try to chime in whenever possible.
We will fawn over Todd Howard though at every opportunity.
I like Todd Howard.
There you go, right there.
What do you think he's doing after the conference? Do you think he wants to hang out?
I will say this. How much time we have, I don't know, but
2 minutes.
Bethesda. I do think that Bethesda is still chasing the high of that first presentation they did.
They set a pretty high bar
for
with
themselves.
That first
They
one.
sure
So everyone's measuring against that one ever since, which is why you go last year. It's like, yeah, okay, a little bit of a low year.
That was Fallout 4, and I think even though Fallout 4 was people were speculating about it, I think Fallout Shelter, and then it's available right now was really. I mean, I thought more than anything else, I thought that was the big mic drop moment for that. But yeah, they came out of the gate. I remember before when they announced it, everyone's like, "Does Bethesda need their own presentation?"
Right. It was like, what is going on?
And then they crushed it.
Right.
Yeah, I think they kind of stole E3 that year, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it was definitely the highlight for me.
Did they
I
though
think
last year? Yeah.
Expectation for themselves though, with
Can't remember, but was it last year?
They didn't do it last year, and I was like, I'm disappointed.
Well, after that first conference, that's what everyone wondered is how are they going to maintain this yearly cadence of conferences? It looks like we're getting started already.
Looks like so we're getting ready to go with the Bethesda stream. We will turn it over to them, and then we'll stick to commentary. Again, we'll try and make it considerate, not talk over the actual presenters. They have important things to say.
All right.
But you may get a reaction here.
This looks like this might be pre-show still. They may not be going.
Let me know. I want to know if we're going, actually.
Let's just all look at her talk in silence.
I'm actually a lip reader, but I won't tell you what she says.
That's because it's obscene.
I'm a lip reader, he says.
All right, looks like here we
are
going.
Double wave. Enjoy, everyone.
All right, here we go. Here we go. What is it?
All starts
February 22nd.
I can't believe the ESRB rated this countdown.
It gets really filthy below 10.
Does it though?
Told you.
No glow sticks.
Alright, in the meantime we're gonna play a little bit Destiny 2 as well. Grinding out a little bit of the faction tokens. Which I need 700 of, so it's gonna take a while, that's for sure. Ooh. Ooh, they're making it personal, alright.
Garfield looks wild.
I'm allowed to be incorrect.
We come from different backgrounds, from different countries. We have different interests and different points of view. We aren't all developers, but it takes all of us, every one of us, to make these games. A job we take very seriously.
Okay, funny, but come on.
We try and break
That's
things.
not the thing we want to see, boys and girls.
And fix things that are broken. We keep the teams happy and fed. We keep our fans happy and on the edge of their seats.
Why don't you feed us?
We keep the books balanced, discover new talent, and interact with our community. Most of all, we work together as old friends
Interesting.
and
Come on.
What unites us is our passion for games. Games as diverse as the people who make them and play them. We're not just living the dream, we're creating it.
Making it. Oh yeah.
We are all...
Oh, that's not very...
Bethesda Softworks, how may I direct your call?
It'd be great if this was just an hour-long documentary.
You can start the show.
It was like The Office.
Ooh, 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 ooh. What are we going to see? This Rage, yeah.
Prey in there.
What else? That's Fallout.
Ooh, that game is.
Come on, show us some Starfield as well. Very interested in that game. Okay. Come on. Show us something. Oh boy. Alright. Oh, that was Prey, right? I don't know, can't remember. Elder Scrolls, I remember. Alright, welcome back. Beautiful. Interesting stage.
And now, please welcome Bethesda's Global Senior Vice President, Pete Hines.
Pete Hines. From Heinz Ketchup. Nah, just joking. You better be doing a good job, friends.
Thank you. Thank you guys very much. You sound good. I love you too. You look good. You guys ready to go?
Pete's a good MC.
As Paula said, my name is Pete Hines, and I'm delighted to be back on stage for Bethesda's 4th annual E3 Showcase. Now, we've got all kinds of surprises in store for you tonight, so whether you're here with us
Starfield
in the audience or you're one of the millions who are watching around the world, settle in, get ready for the very best in gaming. Our theme this year is Create, and it's a theme embraced by our 10 studios spread around the globe, the incredibly talented folks who make the Bethesda games that you'll soon be playing. But as you saw in our intro video, it's not just developers. Everyone at Bethesda is a part of the team that brings our games to life, and that extends to all of you. Because we create the worlds, but you create your own adventures, stories, and experiences, and it's your passion for games that drives us every day to strive for excellence. The past year has been an exciting one for Bethesda as we released some of the best games of 2017. Games like Prey, Dishonored Death of the Outsider, The Evil Within 2,
Ooh.
Wolfenstein 2.
Yep, definitely. Oh, I have to play
Wolfenstein
Wolfenstein 2.
The Elder Scrolls Online. We brought full open world VR with Fallout 4 and Skyrim, plus Doom VFR, and we even released our first 2 games for the Nintendo Switch. So we were thrilled when Metacritic named us the top publisher in the industry with the highest overall review scores across all of our games.
High praise.
But tonight is about the future. We're here to show you where we're headed and the games that we're creating that you'll soon be playing, the worlds that you'll be inhabiting in the next year and beyond.
Ooh,
so,
what the hell?
We're starting with a game that we announced a few weeks ago through our friends at Walmart Canada. Perhaps best known for their low prices and ability to keep a secret.
That is funny though.
Started with a look at Rage 2.
Very good, very good. Okay, at least I can laugh about it. That's nice. I mean, come on.
I just hope they moved it up. Because
Things happen, and then you need to learn to work with it.
Oh man.
My name's Andrew WK, and we came to party!
fucking awesome.
What the hell?
Are you ready to rage?
Well, I don't know how I feel about this.
Ready to rage?
I know how I feel
the
about this.
what the hell?
You ready to rage?
They have a complete what is it? Complete band and everything. Okay, cool. You say whatever you want, but this is interesting, that's for sure. Alright, here we go. Incoming. I'm not going to be able to do this alone.
The stage setup is hot. It's behind the stage. But they're not shooting like a 360 stage.
Yeah.
This is your time to pay. This is your judgment day. We made a sacrifice.
Okay, dude, I think you need singing lessons. What is this, a concert or whatever? Ah, it's cool that they changed up a little bit.
Not what how I expected this to start.
I feel like you changed channels.
Yeah. I was expecting some video game.
That's true. I have no idea who these people are, to be honest. Where are they from? Does anybody know?
Rage is playing as NWK.
It's still good, better than nothing.
Your life is over now. Your life is running out. When your time is headed in, then it's time to kill again.
What the actual fuck?
I thought there'd be gameplay or a trailer.
Over the top.
Yeah, he would be
It was
playing
exciting
live.
to see him, but now it's just the whole song. I also feel like this is the first concert for many people in their lives. Out of their element.
Well, that might be true. But hey, it's a concert nevertheless, right? Funny enough.
Great reaction.
Better to die. Better to die. Holy moly.
There we go. There we go.
Holy moly, take it easy, fella.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, finally. It's done. It's ready. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, that's Rage 2.
Encore.
First ever video game franchise to
Let's give it
soundtrack.
up again for Andrew WK, the perfect song for Rage 2. Hi everyone, my name is Tim Willits and I am the studio director at id Software.
And I'm Magnus Nedfors, game director at Avalanche Studios.
All right.
What about Nuggets?
Hello, a
We're
game
here to
director.
say that Rage is back. Now, we had a ton of crazy ideas when we started planning Rage 2.
Sure.
And we needed the right studio to bring our vision to life. Now, we've admired the open world chaos in all of Avalanche Studios games. And as we're about to show you, they delivered big time.
It's a bad joke, very bad joke. Holy moly, the guy's almost half a size. That's a funny joke.
Oh, please, God.
Oh, they're lost.
Yeah!
Technical problem? Is that
Still
it?
bad, yeah. Prompter must have gone out.
All right.
Well,
Wing it.
speaking for everyone at Avalanche Studios, this is really a dream to come true for us. The world of Rage 2 is perfect for our style of gameplay. But even more exciting than that has been to work with these guys at id Software. These guys invented the first-person shooter.
Okay, he's a little bit nervous and understandable. There are so many people around. I mean, sure.
And they still make the best shooters out there.
That's true. They do make good shooters for sure. They are the best. That's a little bit of a debate.
To
But
bring you the most insane open world shooter you have ever played.
So Rage 2 transports players into a dystopian future, devoid of society, law, and order.
Come on.
Now you play as Walker, the last ranger of the wasteland. Now, you know, I can talk all night about our guns, the powers you'll use, the vehicle combat, and of course, you know, the crazy open world. But I know that you are here to see the game.
that's right. Show me something. Come on.
Not only do we have Rage 2 playable at our booth at
13
E3,
minutes in.
but we've got for you an extended look at the world and gameplay of Rage 2.
Right.
Let's check it out right now.
Yeah. 13 minutes.
Here we go. Let's see what it is all about. Really interested.
Asteroid on a collision course with Earth. Global extinction event.
Really?
50% of the Earth's population dead. God turned his back on humanity long ago.
Did he?
It wasn't a war.
Come, go down.
Global warming.
Go down, you little
It was
shit.
a fucking asteroid. I was born in this shithole. Parents murdered, an orphan of this wasteland.
There he
Army
is.
of mutants killed everyone I ever loved.
There you go.
All that's
Go
left is
deep.
hate,
Little shit.
fear, and the need for survival. You see, part of growing up was watching everything get
damn
taken
it.
from me. I stood by, did nothing.
Oh, somebody's shooting at him. Beautiful.
I'm the last ranger of this wasteland, and there's only one thing left to do.
Okay, he's really angry. All right. This is going to be interesting.
Hello, E3, and welcome to the world of Rage 2.
What the hell?
In a moment, we'll dive headfirst into the Eden spaceport mission, where Walker, our main protagonist, is out to find a rare artifact that will aid him in his quest to take down the Authority.
Who's the authority then? Is that known? It's a known party or not, or whatever? Oh, damn it, I'm gonna die.
Doctor, I'm approaching the Eden Space Center.
Ah, yes, I forgot to say. It might be overrun by bandits. The Goon Squad, to be precise. You must likely slay them first, before pulling down the ecopod from orbit and securing the
I'm gonna die.
nanotrites therein.
Okay, we need to hide. I want to see this. This looks incredibly big. What the hell is this?
Changing the camera like GTA? Is that how that works?
Doctor, made it to the Space Center.
Keep your wits about you, Walker. The Goon Squad may look whimsical, laughable even, but believe me, behind their playful appearance, they are very, very dangerous.
Holy fuckamoly. What the actual fuck? This is total mayhem. Total and utter mayhem.
It mounts on the wall. It's motion sensor activated. It's a rocket the Crusher took.
You have got to be fucking kidding me. What the actual hell?
That's so awesome.
Where is he? Come on, I'm looking for the big guy. Okay, when is this game coming out then? Because I want to play this game for sure. Especially in co-op. Damn it.
Kill your way to the ecopod mission control
What the actual fuck?
Unauthorized personnel are no longer present. Threat has been nullified. Mr. President, welcome to Eden EcoPod mission.
Excellent. Now, look for the central computer. You will initiate the recall procedure for Eco-15, still in orbit.
Recall sequence approved. Beginning EcoPod recall.
Whoa, 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 okay. There's the pod.
It's down. The EcoPod made it.
No, and so does the Authority. Hurry, get the untainted nanotrites and get out. Also for you, there is an extra boon. Something that will make you a veritable superhero.
Elevator's still running. So far, so good. Looks like Ranger Walker's gonna get a bit of a boost today.
Come on. Come on.
Just like the doc said. Authority units. Shouldn't be a problem. Holy shit! Oh, hell yeah!
Okay, what the hell? Hulk smash. This game looks fucking amazing. Just incredible. Looks really good actually. Finally something to play besides Borderlands as well. I love this. Dim dim da 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 dum.
Well, we start, but that they keep talking about mayhem and crazy things you can do, but I felt like the demo was very straightforward. It was super subdued. It looked great, but I didn't get the craziness that they kept talking about. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, card game, huh?
How's it going, everybody? I'm Christian Van Hoos, community manager for the Elder Scrolls Legends. For the past year, we have taken what I think is the best digital card game and made it even better. New cards, new modes, new ways to play, and much more.
I wouldn't know. I've never played Legends.
Even further. So tonight,
to be honest,
I'm
I
thrilled
have no
to
idea what
announce
it
that
is.
we will soon be relaunching the Elder Scrolls Legends with brand new, totally overhauled visuals. I'm also very excited to let you all know that Legends will be available later this year on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
Okay, and that's...
Guys, can you play this?
But there's no reason to wait to play the game that Apple awarded Best of the Year in 2017. Download The Elder Scrolls Legends for free and join me tonight on PC, mobile, or
that makes
tablet.
sense actually,
and any
yeah.
progress you make in the game will be carried over to the console versions through your Bethesda Net account.
Okay, it's fine.
3 of us just pulled out our phones. That's a good sign.
And now, let's take a look at the future of Legends and see why this isn't just my favorite card game, but will soon be yours as well.
You don't know me.
Yeah, yeah,
It
that's
starts small. One game is all it takes. But Legends never stay simple. Never stay small.
Yeah.
This is action. This is story. This is competition. This is
It's a card-based kind of game or whatever. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of it because I've never been good at it or whatever. I don't know.
This is for any way you play. This is for anywhere you play. This is for strategy fans. This is for those who want magic at their fingertips. This is for those who want dragons at their command. This is a game where legends are born.
This is just pathetic. Just keep your legends. I don't care. Sorry, Bethesda. Maybe somebody else is interested. Might be.
From
Whoa.
ZeniMax Online Studios, Matt Fyrer.
Elder Scrolls Online, definitely a nice game. An incredible franchise.
Thanks, everyone. I'm Matt Fyrohr. I'm the game director on the Elder Scrolls Online. Thank you. Before I get started tonight, I just want to do a shout out. It was really great. We started the showcase tonight with a video highlighting the really talented people that work behind the scenes to make all of these great games possible. So standing here on stage, I'm representing a whole lot of amazing people at ZeniMax Online Studios that I go to work with every day. It's a great honor and privilege.
All right.
So I go to work with them every day, but at night, I go home, log into Elder Scrolls Online, and I get to play games with you guys, the best gaming community in online gaming. We are such big fans of what we do. We play the games just as, we make them, and we play them just as much as you guys do. It's what we do. So you might not know it, but we're right there alongside. I'm playing there with you. I'm running dungeons. I'm exploring Tamriel, questing, crafting, decorating my house, PvPing, stabbing. Yeah, that was me.
Not just in game.
And I'm really humbled to say that the Elder Scrolls Online community just keeps getting bigger.
That's
We're
true.
Over 11 million players now.
Wow.
And it's a fantastic game. If you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't done it yet,
Over 1 million of
please
those
go
in
do
just
this
the
game.
last year
Go
alone.
play this game. Ho,
So
ho,
last
ho,
year was
ho.
really
Take it
great
easy,
for us
friends.
In a whole lot of ways. We were named MMO of the Year
If you are
for
in
the
love
third
here.
straight year. We released Morrowind.
Damn it.
A lot of great DLC, and just last week we released Somerset, the latest chapter in the Elder Scrolls Online.
Yep. Haven't played it yet. I'm definitely going to, but I haven't even finished Morrowind. So
Received with great critical acclaim. Everyone loves it. You get to travel to the island home of the High Elves for the first time in 20 years. It's great for new players. If in the off chance you aren't playing Elder Scrolls Online, this is a great chance to jump in and play. And of course, all you veteran ESO fans are already there. But we're not done there. We make DLC every quarter and chapters. Content comes out so regularly for Elder Scrolls Online. We're already working on our great plans for next year. But before that, the next DLC coming out is a dungeon DLC named Wolf Hunter, based on werewolves.
ooh, nice. That's actually pretty cool.
And later this year, we have a story DLC named Murkmire. We're going back to Blackmarsh. So you guys have all been asking for a deeper dive into Argonian lore and culture. You're going to see it later this year.
Okay, cool. It's always nice, a little bit more storytelling and everything.
So there's one theme that runs through all of the Elder Scrolls Online's content, and that is great storytelling. From the launch game through all the DLC and chapters, it's really, really what holds the game together.
True.
But it's not just the stories that we as developers create for you guys to experience. It's also the stories that you create together when you play this great virtual world. So, I'm going to leave you tonight with a video highlighting just some of the amazing stories and memorable characters that you'll meet on your ESO journey. Thanks, everyone. See you in Tamriel.
Nice. Okay, I love this. This guy's cool. He's nice, passionate about it. All right. Oh, yeah. Goosebumps. Damn it. This game is fucking amazing. Guys, go play this game. Trust me. You're not gonna regret it. Here you go, boy. Minimarco. That's what's going on. What the actual fuck? And I love the music from Elder Scrolls. Beautiful. What the hell? There are so many things I haven't played in that game actually. And why not? Because I don't take the time for it. Which is a shame actually, but yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow. So the stream just stopped. They had a little bit of a glitch there. Whew. That was weird. It happens, it's online, so let's soldier through. Oh man, I love Elder Scrolls Online.
And as a reminder, Xbox said during their presentation today that they added Tamriel Unlimited to Game Pass today.
Okay, what the hell did I get?
Tell me those things, or I might play it.
I'm trying to get you to do this.
I know, but it's bad for me.
Damn it. Come on, come on, come on.
Everything to come out of the Elder Scrolls universe is the cat.
Okay, oh, no, no! No, where is this from? Does Blizzard actually do something at E3? With a new, maybe a new Diablo franchise or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a red one.
Wow.
That'd be a DLC.
What is this? What the actual fuck? This sounds like Doom for sure. This really sounds like Doom. Definitely. Yeah. Oh no.
That did not look like Mars.
Eternal.
Some form of DLC or expansion.
Thanks so much.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Executive producer of Doom Eternal.
And I'm Hugo Martin, creative director on Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal. What is it?
In 2016, we launched our reboot of Doom and have been blown away by your support and excitement for the game.
Yep.
Amazing. Thank you. In fact, it's a combination of your passion and our team's love of making Doom that has motivated us to deliver even more.
So we're back to announce Doom Eternal.
Is it online multiplayer?
An awesome, awesome new sequel to Doom. For the past 2 years, it's been so inspiring to hear you guys talk about what you'd like to see next. And I gotta tell you, we're right there with you.
Co-op.
Like, you want the Doomslayer to feel even more powerful? Well, we
Definitely.
got it. You want
Really?
even more badass demons? Well, there are twice as many in this game.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
You want to see hell on earth? Well, we just teased it.
Oh,
But what we're
snap.
most excited about is to show you some of the things that you might not be expecting.
That's right, including a ton of features that we'll have to save for later because our team will be debuting Doom Eternal at QuakeCon this August.
Co-op.
We'd love for you to join us live in Dallas, or of course you can tune in online to catch all the fun.
To be honest, the only thing I want to know.
Thank everyone who continues
Co-op.
to play Doom.
That's the thing we need.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Show me co-op, that's the only thing we need for Doom. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
The way they described it sounds like a sequel to Doom. New sequel. Yeah. Seems very straightforward to me, even though the weird name.
How's everybody feeling tonight? Pretty hype? Just like a little hype or like crazy hype right now?
Crazy hype, yeah. But we want. Oh, damn it.
Thanks. Hi. I'm Joshua Boyle, Community Manager for Quake Champions.
Quake Champions. All right, I don't know.
Ever since the first Quake title was released in 1996,
what is Quake Champions?
Been shaped by you.
Does anybody know?
Now that proud tradition continues with Quake Champions, which has evolved with community in mind and will always be the fastest and most fun multiplayer shooter, period.
All right.
And that's not the only tradition that Quake's continuing. These days, we're hearing a lot of talk about esports, but Quake has been there from the very beginning.
Really?
In fact, we started hosting competitions at QuakeCon over 20 years ago. Let's hear it for QuakeCon. And this year, we'll expand on our legacy as the original esport with everything from intense grassroots competitions to major tournaments at QuakeCon and DreamHack Winter.
I don't know how I feel about it.
We've been doing this for a long time, and we're continuing to build with more competitions for more players than ever before. But I gotta tell you guys, we can't stop, won't stop until we've delivered a game that's fun for everyone, whether you're a Quake dad or a brand new baby to the arena.
That's cool.
That's why we just added a bunch of new features to make it even easier for you and your friends to jump in and get good together. We're still in early access, but tonight we want to welcome all of you into the arena.
Quake Champions,
For this week
interesting.
Only, we're opening up Quake Champions to everyone through a trial of our free-to-play version before it even launches.
Ooh, interesting. I'm up.
Plus, if you get in and download this week, you can stay and keep playing Quake Champions for free even after the trial closes.
That's a way to get people in.
I don't know how much of these normally.
So head to Quake.com and start playing with me and all of my Quake family tonight.
But, okay. That is interesting. Damn it.
Don't miss your chance to join one of the most passionate and welcoming communities in gaming. Now, for a taste of what you'll be playing tonight, after our showcase is over, check out our new trailer for Quake Champions.
All right, show me. Show.
Implies you're not going to do any other available games.
Holy, oh yeah.
Because the games are already playable.
Tasty. We'll find out how tasty soon.
The bigger the guns, the bigger the boom.
Alright, free games always nice, so we have to check it out. For sure, these. I want to know how good it is. Sure. Sure you will. Ooh. Come on. Go down, little shit. Where are you? Do I really care? Thank you. Hey, come on, open up. Game looks cool, interesting, fast-paced. A little bit my.
The website has already crashed.
Oh wow, good for them. How much is it normally?
$30 with all the champions unlocked.
So pay $30 for the game period? Done? Okay.
And you have an early access before it launches, boost launch.
That's not too bad.
I think there's a $5 version too. Oh, there's a Prey.
Hello, E3, from all of us at Arcane Studios here in Austin, Texas. Yeah. It's been 1 year since we launched Prey, and we want to send a big thanks to our incredible fan base for your support.
We've been so inspired by your passion and enthusiasm, and as a way of showing our appreciation, we're rolling out a huge free update for Prey tonight.
The next time you fire up Prey, you're going to see 3 new modes. Story mode,
Get it? Yeah.
New Game Plus,
which was a big fan request,
and Survival mode, which should be an interesting
look at this.
challenge for our most hardcore
Thank you.
fans.
But that's just the beginning. We are really excited to tell everyone that we've also been working on a new Prey DLC, an infinitely replayable experience called Moon Crash.
It's a new twist on Prey where the enemies, hazards, and loot are all different each time you play.
We're so excited. We can't wait to what?
Nice touch actually.
The longer you're here, the harder things
I haven't played Prey actually. Should play it, right?
get to work. Let's get to work.
Again and again and again, again. Annoying little shit.
To work.
Where are they?
Damage detected. Warning. Lethal radiation levels detected.
I don't know why they picked the song, but I like it.
Yep. Sounds great actually, especially with the trailer.
Melee weapon, that's nice.
Why not?
Let's get to work.
Where are you, little shit?
Shooter heavy front end of this presentation. Very shooter. It's one drawbacks of Bethesda, I'd say, is that sometimes their stuff feels like variations on a theme. Can feel that way. Yeah.
Which is,
Cool.
Weird, because I felt like Prey wasn't really that shootery. You have to be really
Hi,
careful.
before we begin,
And you
yes,
have any
Mom,
ammo
I'm still
if you brought
alive.
it in.
No, I'm not a mimic.
Hang on. There. I just want to make sure nobody tries to smack you because I saw Pete Hines with a wrench backstage a second ago.
Thank you, Ricardo. That's very sweet of you. So,
That's a very dangerous
like
joke,
all
by the way.
arcade games, Prey is about playing your own way, and Moon Crash is no exception.
So you just saw a lot of cool stuff that's available tonight, but we're not done yet. We have one more surprise coming later this summer called Typhon Hunter.
What?
Typhon Hunter is a lethal game of hide and seek, where one player goes head-to-head against 5 other players who get to be mimics.
And just like in Prey, the mimic players can disguise themselves as everyday objects. So, you know, things like a chair, a coffee mug, a space banana, whatever works. But definitely not a coworker, right, Susan?
Absolutely not. Probably not.
No!
Anyway,
Good, it is
Typhon Hunter
fun.
is a tense multiplayer mode that requires teamwork and improvisation and a very high tolerance for jump scares.
All right.
Before we go, I just want to say thanks on behalf of the whole team at Arcane Studios to all of our fans around the world who have played Prey and love it. We made this game for you, and we are constantly inspired by your creativity and
Let's
enthusiasm.
load, come on.
Thank you so much, everyone.
It's really cool that they tried to do it this way. All right, next one.
Oh, Wolf, huh?
Please welcome Jens Mattis and Jörg Gustafsson.
Wolfenstein DLC. Ooh, interesting. Oh man, Bethesda's on a roll.
Hello,
friends.
As a game designer,
I'm
incredible.
Jens Mattis, the creative director at Machine Games.
He's an amazing name, by the way.
And I'm Jerk Gustafsson, executive producer at Machine Games.
Machine Games.
Last year, millions of you took to the streets and sparked a revolution in Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. As BJ Blazkowicz, you rallied the American resistance and you beat the living fuck out of those Nazis.
He's not wrong. Oh man.
Thank you for embracing our game. We were honored to win Best Action Game at the Game Awards last December.
Yeah, that is definitely cool.
We are excited to bring Wolfenstein 2 to Nintendo Switch on June 29th, so you can fight the Nazis on the go.
That's good. Yeah.
And the Wolfenstein revolution continues with our next project, which leaps ahead in time to tell the tale of BJ's twin daughters. Set in the 1980s in Paris, Wolfenstein Youngblood pushes the story forward.
No fucking way, that's ridiculous. And fucking awesome. Holy moly, something unexpected.
Features BJ's twin daughters, Wolfenstein Youngblood will be a co-op experience.
Yes! Yes, that's beautiful.
So while you can play it solo, you can also join with a friend to save the world together.
That's fucking cool.
Counting on you.
Okay, that's exactly what the franchise needs.
All right, Hollybos, let's check it out.
Damn it, oh man. They are smart as fuck.
I've been fighting all my life for this world. It never ends.
What the hell?
They're gonna send everything they have at you. To survive, you have to embrace the suffering.
They're still not defeated? What the hell?
It's not about the pain you can deal. It's about how much you can take.
Definitely how much you can deal, take. Whatever.
Like Papa taught us.
Oh man, I'm fucking stoked on this. Incredible, nice. Oh man, I had goosebumps there. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
What's up, dude?
It's Pete.
At Bethesda, we're proud of our history of innovation, and that includes breakthrough VR technology that we revealed at E3 2012. Since then, we've delivered some of the very best VR experiences in gaming, from Doom to Fallout 4 to Skyrim, and we're not done. Two of the franchises that we just heard about are going to also offer VR experiences. So,
which one?
When Prey's Typhon Hunter is released later this summer, you'll be able to experience the competitive mode that Susan and Ricardo were just talking about in virtual reality.
Okay.
And it will also include a single-player experience that puts you in the boots of TranStar employees working to solve puzzles aboard the Talos 1 space station. I'm also excited to announce a new Wolfenstein VR game.
No!
It's called Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, in which you play a hacker who can take over Nazi robots and turn these war machines against their masters. In our ever-ending quest to bring the message of fuck Nazis to every platform possible.
Oh, I mean, they can ride this train as long as they want.
Both the Prey and Wolfenstein VR experiences are playable this week at our booth at E3, so please stop by and give them a try. Now, we are really excited about everything that we've shown here tonight, but I know there are a lot of you who are really here or really wondering about Fallout 76.
No, sorry. I don't care. It's interesting.
I'm pleased to tell you that your wait is finally over.
Weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, He is the recipient of numerous Lifetime Achievement and Hall of Fame awards. He's the game director at a studio that has won a bevy of accolades and awards. And he's here tonight to tell us what he and his team have been taking so damn long to tell us all about. Will you please welcome my very good friend, Mr. Todd Howard.
All right, Todd Howard. I have no idea.
So dreamy.
Wow. Damn it.
We're all here. Looking good. Oh, it's great to be back at E3. Thank you so much. I could not be more excited to be here. I want to thank all our fans who came out tonight. And the millions of you watching online. We can't thank you enough. This is actually my 25th year at Bethesda, and I have seen...
GG, good job.
I have seen a lot of cool things in that time. I gotta say, tonight is definitely one of them. I got to go to the very first E3 right here in Los Angeles. I know, they're so cute when they're little. They're full of energy and life. And then, remember when little E3 ran away from home, went to Atlanta? Yes, a lot of you didn't come. I liked Atlanta, or East Coast. And then E3 went through the moody teen years and came back and locked itself in its room. Remember, it was in the convention center, but just in the meeting rooms. They didn't invite anybody. And I can remember literally walking between the halls and seeing nobody. I was like, this is how a zombie movie starts. And now E3 has grown up, it's in its 20s, it's more confident, can handle its alcohol better, like all of you. Thank you.
It's funny. Okay, good jokes, good jokes.
There's a good party after this, so pace yourselves. And I hope you're comfortable, by the way. I'm going to be here for a while. And E3 has become such an incredible week of entertainment, but we know that most of you came here for one thing.
Come on.
Thank you.
Guy's 100% correct.
That's very funny. Oh, man.
I think it's to see where we're putting Skyrim next.
Good acknowledgement.
Well, I think we have the best one yet.
The Elder Scrolls speak of the past and the future. Now, Skyrim looks to the future, to its ultimate version.
Alexa, play Skyrim.
You're level 57 and see a tall snowy mountain.
Climb it.
Now, Skyrim and life become one.
A mud crab scuttles towards
First
you.
Roda.
I didn't catch that.
First Roda.
I didn't quite catch that.
First Roda.
Your shout echoes all the way to Sovngarde.
What happened?
First Roda. That's the command for knocking things over.
Is there a command for picking shit up?
Haven't reached that level yet.
I'm sworn to carry your burdens.
Ooh.
The dragon unleashes fire breath on you.
Okay.
You have 7% health left.
Oh, shit. I drink a health potion.
You are out of health potions.
How many wheels of cheese do I have left?
473.
Okay, I eat all the cheese. I eat all of the cheese.
Hey, hun. Remember what the doctor said about dairy?
Yes. Right, yes, of course. You're the greatest. Thank you so much. I ate all of the cheese.
Introducing Skyrim, very special edition. Also coming soon to Etch-a-Sketch, roll-up pagers, and your Samsung smart refrigerator.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
I'm so glad they did this.
That's really cool.
That's pretty good, but we were promo Fallout 76. Right. No, I like this Todd Howard comedy show.
Had to
I'm
do
into it.
Had to do it. Okay, really, we both know why you're here, and that's to talk about the next Fallout. Fallout 76 is a prequel to all the other games, and it's our biggest one yet. It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. Set in the hills of West Virginia, you are one of the first to emerge into an untamed and very different wasteland.
All right, here we go. Interesting. Show me something. Okay, we have seen this before. You are not gonna like this. Alright. So far, interesting. The Wolfenstein Youngblood is actually my cup of tea, that's for sure. Co-op, beautiful. Oh.
Years after our great nation began, we gathered together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you. So that if the bombs do come, our way of life will endure.
Alright.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, country roads.
Does look good though.
To the place
I belong, West Virginia. Taking
For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild.
Yeah, the weird thing is,
not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately America.
okay, we need to go, we need to go, we need to go. Alright, come on, something special, something interesting. We have seen this before, so
76, our future begins.
alright.
Now something new would be great.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. We're now in, by the way.
Vault 76, one of the very first vaults to open, was built to celebrate America's tercentenary, which is an awesome word, by the way. Like, that's your word of the night, tercentenary. You are one of the very special few selected to be an occupant and spend 25 years underground waiting for Reclamation Day, the day the vault opens.
Let's go, 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 go.
Good morning, Vault 76. This is the Overseer. I hope you all enjoyed the party last night.
Yep, we did.
Even those who may have overindulged and overslept. But it's time to get up and get out there. We've been locked away long enough.
Pit boy. Ooh, I'm gonna die. Yep, yep. Alright. That's a new Pit boy, right? A different one. Ooh, colors are good actually.
It's Reclamation Day.
Oh, finally! I feared you'd never wake up. Don't you remember? Time to leave the vault.
It may be time to leave, but I'll never forget the day you all entered Vault 76.
You come from every walk of life, every race, color, and creed. But you all share one very important trait. You are this country's best and brightest.
All right.
But more
Interesting.
importantly, you'll always be my family.
Goodbye. Aloha. Ciao.
Arrivederci. Guguku. Okay, that looks very colorful. Oof, damn it, I'm almost died.
We always start with the world, and this time it features all new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology. It allows us to have 16 times the detail and even view distant weather systems across the map. Now, most people don't know West Virginia that well. It is an incredible array of natural wonders, towns, and government secrets. This is where the actual nuclear secrets are. And the quest the Overseer sends you on will take you through 6 distinct regions, each with their own style, risks, and rewards.
Really?
There's plenty of cool new Fallout creatures, and we even use the folklore of West Virginia to bring our Fallout versions to life.
Gollum. Interesting.
We have always wanted to tell that story of what it will be like for you and the other characters who were first to leave the vaults. But there is one big difference with this game.
Go up.
It's that each of those characters is a real person.
Easy, easy, hasn't said anything yet.
Because yes, Fallout 76 is entirely online. Okay. I know, there's a lot. You have like 1,000 questions right now. So I'm going to go through them in order. Now, I'll hit a couple of the big ones. First, of course, you can play this solo. All right? You'll be who you want, exploring a huge world, doing quests, experiencing a story, and leveling up. We love those things about our games too. It would not have it any other way. But also, like many of you, we have always wanted to see what our style of game could be with multiplayer. So many of us talk about experiences in our games, but we've never experienced them together. So about 4 years ago, we hit upon an idea that is perfect for Fallout. Open world, survival, every person and character is real. And it was an idea that we just couldn't shake. We knew we had to do it and do it in a really big way. Now, I know you may have played survival modes in like some of our previous games or some other online games, and people wonder, is this hardcore survival? I like to think of it maybe, it's more softcore survival.
Okay, in what way? I don't
Maybe
understand.
that should be a new ESRB descriptor. Death never means the loss of progression or the loss of your character.
There we go. So we're talking
Your
about.
character isn't tied to one server. As a matter of fact, you'll never even see a server when you play. You'll be in a world with dozens, not hundreds and not thousands of other players. It's the apocalypse. It's not an amusement park, okay? And you'll be able to join your friends whenever you want, and all of your progression goes with you.
That's really cool. Holy
When
moly.
we think about games, we think about worlds and the choices that you can make, the stories that you create and tell yourself. By creating a wide open world with very few rules, we have a game more than any game that we've ever done where the choices are yours, where you'll decide what happens. You'll decide the heroes and you'll decide the villains. Look, this is a whole new world for all of us here. And fortunately, our friends at Vault-Tec have made a series of informational videos for when all of us emerge together.
As you venture out into this new American frontier, some of your fellow survivors may not be neighborly.
That's good. It was, yeah.
Look at the weapon. What the hell? No, you've got to be kidding me.
Chin up there, sport. Not all Vault 76 dwellers will be so hostile. Find them and brave the new world together. Whether you choose to explore the wasteland alone or with friends, your days will be filled with fun activities.
You can run like a rabbit, fly like a bee. No matter what you do, you'll never get away from me.
This is a cool presentation. Ideas are good. Hey boy.
Squads of 4. Dozens of people on the server set? Oh.
They're saying a lot of things I like.
Like previous Fallouts, you can play this game solo in Quest. But the easiest way to survive in the wasteland is to team up and build together. And in this one, you can build wherever you want. And you can also then move that to wherever you want.
You can build a fortress or whatever.
After thermonuclear war, man's towering industrial marvels may no longer stretch to the heavens. What separates man from beast? It is his desire to build. Get started with camps. The construction and assembly mobile platform. Construct your home of the future. With your home secure, you can now craft handmade ordnance at your leisure to give your altercations that personal touch. It falls on you and the ingenuity of your fellows to rebuild the America we hold dear. But don't become too attached too quickly. Monitor your environment for anything out of the ordinary. The home of tomorrow may undergo certain challenges. After a crisis, work with your neighbors to ensure success. There's no I in nuclear wasteland. Document your adventures. Your memories will shape the new American dream. What's that sound?
That's pretty cool.
There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, I have to say, pretty funny.
Yeah, we
Who
love
owns it? Like, if I
dynamic
log in,
game
you log in.
systems. So we thought, why don't we put multiple nuclear missile sites on the map? and then let all of you do whatever you want with them.
Today's episode, Atomics for Peace.
Oh, wow.
When you emerge from the comfort and safety of your vault, the world you know will have changed. Take your friendly old neighbor, Johnny. Rather than coming over to borrow a cup of sugar, he may now be coming over for murder. The time has come to seek out greater means of protection. Nuclear armaments. That's right. Courtesy of your Uncle Sam, these wonders of the atomic age can be found right in your own backyard. But how does a fella like you acquire nuclear weapons, you may ask? Begin by inquiring with the locals. Gently coax them into cooperation. Use a little elbow grease if you have to.
That was a ghoul officer. Yep.
In the likely event you don't acquire a full code on your own, do not give up. Search for others who might be harboring a grudge. You'll have that nuclear launch code in no time. With the power of the atom at your fingertips, be responsible and consider your target carefully.
Attention. Launch sequence activated.
No fucking way. That's just...
Will your bomb land on a rival camp of degenerates? A random stranger? The local wildlife? Whatever your target may be, take advantage of the resulting fallout to gather rare and valuable resources.
Deathclaw.
Yet these rewards don't come without risk. The fate of this new world is yours to command with the power of the atom.
Oh. This is a bad idea.
We know you've played a lot of our games and a lot of online games, but this one really is unique. We have built a platform, 100% dedicated servers that will support this game now and for years to come.
All right.
And look, we know this is new for all of you. It's new for us. It's a little bit scary. And to that end, we're going to need your help. Because yes, we are going to have a beta.
Okay, nice.
And it is sponsored by our friends at Vault-Tec as well. The Break It Early test application. Because evidently these online games are hard, they can have some nasty issues. I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs. I read it on the internet, so it's true. And that sometimes it doesn't just work. Anyway, we know together that we are going to build something really special. And we also know that all of you love our special editions. And we have an awesome collector's edition for you. It starts with a map of the world that glows in the fucking dark. And it's great. It's so cool. It comes with figures you can put on the map. And it also comes with a Fallout collectible that really I've always wanted, so we made them for everybody to buy, and here it is.
Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use of diving?
Ooh.
Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top.
Yes, all of this, the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. So you're probably wondering, when is this game coming out? We're excited to say that it's coming out this year, November 14th.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So on level with Fallout 4.
Thanks again for all your support of Fallout. It's been 10 years since Fallout 3, our very first one. And it's been an incredible journey with all of you. We do have another Fallout anniversary that we are celebrating here at E3. It is the 3-year anniversary of Fallout Shelter, which we announced and released right here at E3. And we have some cool surprises for you. Fallout Shelter is coming to the PlayStation 4.
That's cool.
And because that guy said it, it's also coming to the Nintendo Switch. You can play it with the Joy-Cons or touch controls. And yes, it's still free.
It's great on the Switch.
Yeah, it seems awesome for it. Are you gonna replay Fallout Shelter on the Switch?
And excited to say these versions are coming out tonight.
Oh, that's great.
That's really good, actually.
Again, thank you so much for your support of all that we do coming here tonight. When we see how many of you our games have touched, it's incredibly special. Especially Fallout Shelter. That game has been played by over 120 million people.
So.
Incredible. That's a lot. Good game.
That is more people than every game that we have made combined.
The power of free compels you.
It does kind of make you stop and realize that our games can have new lives on any type of device or system. And you know, when we looked at the iPhone 11 years ago, we had a few ideas for mobile games. Fallout Shelter was one of them. And we did have another one that was far, far more ambitious. And we've been building it.
Whoa.
And it's in the other franchise that you love from us.
Elder Scrolls 6. Exclusive
It is
for iOS.
called The Elder Scrolls Blades.
If it's a card game, I swear to God.
What is it?
Download now.
Yep, just in case it's available.
Like Fallout Shelter, we wanted an experience that we were not finding anywhere else. Here it is.
What the hell?
Blades, at its heart, is a pure Elder Scrolls game. A massive first-person RPG with console-quality graphics, but with a uniquely mobile experience. Believe me when I say you have to see this running on an iPhone 10. This gigantic screen does not do it justice. You can tap to move or use dual sticks. Combat is all new, and it follows your specific movements and timings.
Cool.
Harkening back to the first Elder Scrolls Arena, this game features both handcrafted and procedurally generated dungeons. And it's not just melee, you have a range of abilities and spells you can use. And of course, you can create your own character and be who you want to be, improving them, leveling up, picking new abilities. And the entire game can be played in portrait mode.
Interesting.
That one was incredibly important to us, that you could play it however you wanted. You never know when you'll need a free hand. To hold your coffee, what do you...
Yeah.
Degenerates.
That's what I call it.
That's a bad joke, but really
And
funny.
it's not just dungeons. It's incredible outdoor areas. Yes, running on a phone. It really looks and plays incredible.
They were joking, but they made Skyrim for the phone as well. It's not actually Skyrim, though. So. Not actually Skyrim. Not actually Skyrim. It's Elder Scrolls.
Blades has several modes of play. First, the Abyss, a roguelike experience where you can see how far you can go in an endless dungeon. And the Arena, where you will do battle one-on-one against other players. And the main mode, the Town.
Ooh,
This is the hub
I actually
for your
died
story
here.
and quests. You are a member of the Blades, the Empire's top agents. Forced in exile, you return home to find your town destroyed and need to rebuild it. Yes, Blades also features a town building mode. You'll decide what your town looks like and be able to upgrade and decorate all of the individual elements in it. As your town levels up, you'll unlock new NPCs, quests, and more. You can even visit your friends' towns. This is an Elder Scrolls game that you can play however and wherever you want.
That's cool.
And we are going to bring Blades to every device and system we can. Phones, PCs, consoles, also virtual reality, on mobile, all the way up to high-end VR on PCs. And what's really cool is all of those connect to each other. So one of my dreams is we'll go back to that portrait mode, which I like to call meeting mode. Because if you're in a meeting on your playing a game, in portrait mode, no one knows you're playing a game.
Yeah, true.
And so with Blades, you could be in a meeting playing Blades against someone at home in VR. Blades is coming this fall for free.
There will be some.
And you can pre-order it tonight on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Also, this week, go to playblades.com and register for early access. If you're here at E3, Blades is going to be playable in our booth. So please, come by and check it out. You really need to see it running on the phone. We'd love to see you. Please come by.
There's something more.
I just want to thank you all again, all of our fans here, everybody watching online, for all of your support over the years. It is so exciting to show you all that we have coming out this year, and it is an honor and a blessing to represent all of the incredible people at Bethesda Game Studios. We have 3 offices now in Maryland, Montreal, and Austin. There's a lot of them here tonight. I want them to hear your appreciation for their work.
Good job.
Team is like already crashed.
Just the best team and group of people I could ever hope for. Amazing. We also thought, since we're all here together tonight and it's so special, maybe we'd do something a little different too. And tell you what we have coming beyond this year in the future.
Give me.
We have also been working on a brand new next generation single player game.
Next gen.
Generation, what does that mean?
A while.
But this one is in an all new epic franchise.
Starfield.
Our first wholly original franchise in 25 years.
Wow.
What is it?
No pressure.
We're excited to announce our next adventure.
Alright, this is something I want to see. Let's go back to Earth, back to the tower. Bethesda Game Studios, here we go.
Oh, space.
Oh, interesting. Satellite, planet. Ooh, looks good, by the way. Starfield.
Hey.
There it is. There it is. Okay, can you tell us something about it?
Starfield is a game that we have spent years thinking about and working on. Something we feel uniquely positioned to pull off and that we're incredibly excited about. But we're also building toward the game after that. And it's the one you keep asking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
crap.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah, Bethesda. This is it. Skyrim 2, yeah, maybe. Elder Scrolls 6. Definitely Elder Scrolls 6 has to be. This looks phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal.
The Glitter Scrolls.
Of course.
Except the game after that, so I imagine we're far away.
Oh yeah.
Okay, actually, now I'm really done. I just want to thank you all for your time tonight, the time you've spent in our worlds. We'll see you out there.
Was it even worth acknowledging it at this point?
Look,
Like 4 years away, maybe 3 or 4 years.
it's a while. We know it's a while.
Another round of applause, please, for Todd Howard.
It's okay.
Could be launch titles for next generation, though. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
They're this far ahead of it.
We only get him up here like once every 3 E3s, but boy, when he shows up, he brings the goods. Thanks also to all of our studios and teams around the world who are so dedicated to giving our fans the very best games. If you're a gamer on any platform of any kind, we think we've got something for you. And I hope you're as excited about what you've seen tonight as we are, whether it's a new Fallout game, a new Elder Scrolls game from Bethesda Game Studios that you can play on your phone for free, Rage 2, Doom Eternal, and so much more. We're really excited. Now, remember, if you want to be one of the first to play Elder Scrolls Blades or join the Fallout 76 beta, you need to go to Bethesda.net and register. It's easy and it's free. For all of you here with us tonight, thank you so much for joining. The party is going to continue afterwards. For everyone else around the world, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone have a good night and a great E3.
Beautiful. This is actually a pretty interesting release. It's not bad at all.
Oh, the business side's crashed.
Well,
figure.
Overall,
all right then.
really solid conference.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking
I
about
agree.
for E3 in general?
I mean, for Bethesda, for the Bethesda
Oh,
press
yeah.
tour.
I mean, we're off to the races at this point. Holy cow.
I'm just letting it all kind of like sink in. I feel like it started off on kind of a weird note.
Man,
with the
started
concert
off
and everything.
slow.
Well, it seemed like it was the almost like the Todd Howard pre-show a little bit, honestly, because once he came on stage, he just kind of took the whole thing over.
Yeah.
He was what 50% of the whole.
It seemed like it,
presentation.
yeah.
Yeah.
The I felt like Rage was kind of disappointing.
Well, okay, so Rage, keep in mind it's Avalanche, so that's what they did. They did Mad Max. They did. Were they?
Just Cause?
So Just
Was it
so
disappointing
think
though?
Like Mad Max crossed with Just Cause, and it feels a little Borderlandian tone. Not quite as silly, but you take those things and you mush them together, and it seems like it could be a pretty fun. The gameplay they showed was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So it seems more in the shooter direction.
Have you liked
but still kind of just being crazy? More Just Cause-y.
Have you liked Prey? Did you like the new Doom?
I like Doom, but I mean, well, Avalanche is making this, so who knows how similar the shooting will be. But I mean, for all the marketing for Rage, it was like really not self-serious and just like over the top. And for as over the top as the marketing was, the gameplay was super subdued.
Yeah, the gameplay seemed very traditional, just shooter.
Yeah.
Some like weird elements, yet the Rage
Like the marketing guys didn't talk to the game guys about what they were actually making.
or what they were showing.
Right.
It did open with that vehicle desert chase, though. The gameplay,
which I liked. I think like Just Cause is known for its vehicles, and obviously Mad Max is great too. So, like, I'm excited for the fact that you can use any vehicle you can see, and they showed some interesting ones like hovercrafts and things like that. But overall, the gameplay that they showed felt like it just wasn't there. Like
It wasn't as zany as
yeah.
as I was.
I don't know if I just needed some audio or some like little bits of dialogue in there or what, or just like more over the top kills. Like I was expecting.
There we go.
I was expecting a little more like bullet stormy, kind of like just over the top, throwing people around, screaming obscenities and weird stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. It just didn't really connect, but it looked great. It has a really good look to it.
Call out as driving is a huge feature means, I mean, it is the first part of the demo here, but it does seem like it's a big part of that open world is getting in cars. And
It seems like a very expansive space.
And Rage did have a lot of that. Rage, you drove around in dune buggies for big chunks, not chunks of it, but getting around. There's big empty spaces that you had to traverse in dune buggies.
Yeah.
But it looks really nice. I just don't know if it was ready to show, or that part that they showed was not all that interesting.
Well, also it was just a little bit of strange pacing at the top with the Andrew WK concert, which was, I guess, trying to get everyone hyped up, but it just. I was wanting to see the game at that point.
Yeah, it seemed like it could have been almost like part of their pre-show.
Or,
You were timing it, Barney. You said it was 13 minutes before we saw gameplay.
Or he could have played the soundtrack for whatever trailer they had live. Like that kind of thing, I think would have worked better as a stage show.
Agreed.
There was also an awkward moment with the presenters where we thought there was maybe a teleprompter error or something like that.
It all kind of froze.
You think it was a lot of long stares?
But we'll keep an eye on it as it gets closer to release.
Yeah.
I agree. It was definitely overshadowed by all the stuff that came after it.
Yeah. I did like then they went into Prey. Prey was a game that I played, really enjoyed when I started the game. But I tend to be the kind of person who, like, when I open up side quests, I do all the side quests before I advance in the story. Sungwon did a great video about that where he talked about if you do all the side quests first, by the time you get to the final boss, it's like a nothing fight.
Yeah.
And but Prey was one of those games where, man, I even 75% of the way I think through the game backed off to easy just because one of my only complaints about Prey. Well, actually, two things. One is I wish there was more guns. I wish there was more weapons in Prey, and
like more weapon variety.
Yeah, just like you had guns that were very specific to specific things, like the goo gun.
They wanted you to unlock your own abilities.
Yes,
as well, and not just rely on the guns.
But I do feel like there's a little bit more. But I do see some of the classic guns in there as well. The other problem I had too was that it was just a lot of hunting for ammo or scrapping stuff and going to the fabricator and making my ammo.
I was always ammo poor.
I felt ammo poor the entire time, and so
it was a difficult game.
Well, Prey was also unique in its setup in that there weren't specifically here's a level and here's a boss fight at the end of the level. The whole thing was sort of put together, and you could move around. You could traverse really the entire station.
Go out into space
in any order. Like you would just like go around exploring, and you would find things as you found them. And so the whole game, I think, for a lot of people ended up feeling kind of like single level in terms of intensity because there weren't any specifically orchestrated moments like that where you go through a specific sequence and then boom, big finale.
Yeah, but the hide and seek mode that they're adding sounds like a blast. and it's in VR as well. It's like that sounds like a very let's playable.
It sounded fun. Then when they mentioned you could do that in VR, that sounds great.
They also mentioned there's this entirely separate mode, like a puzzle-solving VR game in the Prey universe. That sounds great. I mean, they're putting out a lot of Prey stuff right now.
Yeah, and
which is cool.
Yeah, it seems like there's like all of a sudden like a refresh on the Prey original game. Yeah, I haven't. Maybe I haven't kept up with it, but it just feels like all of a sudden, all at once, we're getting everything.
Yeah, I want to go back and play Prey now. Everyone kept telling me it's not scary, and then I would play it, and everything turns into monsters. That's very scary.
Prey still has one of the best openings of any game ever.
It really does. It's worth playing just the opening. I don't know if they've got a demo maybe that's got the opening in it, something like that. But the opening is it's kind of a really awesome mindfuck.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, and they're even adding what they say, New Game Plus and Survival Mode, and that's all available tonight.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool on their part. I like that they're sticking with it and they're adding more stuff to it for the Prey fans.
Doom Eternal was kind of a surprise that they're full sequel already.
Yeah, not really sure.
Yeah, not sure either.
What we're seeing, they came out, they announced the games, said they'd have more later this summer at QuakeCon, but again, it's like, what are we really looking at? I mean,
double the demons, hell on earth.
Like Bernie pointed out when they were showing this doesn't look like Mars. The guy on stage even said, they teased what it would be like on Earth, and so I don't know. That's about all we know at this point.
I also just say when they announced that they were making Doom, for the modern generation, I was like, really? Okay, Doom? They killed it. I mean, Doom was incredible. I had such an amazing time playing arcade mode even on Doom, which was released a few months after it came out. The most recent, the 2016 Doom is an incredible experience. I had a blast playing.
I think people were skeptical of it. And
great story too.
We're expecting it to fail or not do well. It was a phenomenal game.
They made a great storyline out of what was always one of the most, I think, laughable storylines in early gaming, which was like you're fighting demons on Mars, and it's like
you're in space and you open a portal to hell.
Right.
Okay.
It's like we could have done that pretty much anywhere, but sure, let's do that on Mars. Why not?
But it seems like we don't know yet if it's full sequel or if they're sort of using it to make like a jump and a half, like new
sequel to Doom.
So it's like new campaign, whatever. But I wonder if they'll like reuse assets and stuff. It's pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Although I guess wait, they say 2019. That'd be 3 years. That's actually not that close.
Well, Doom also had the most recent Doom had great custom creation tools for making your own maps for multiplayer.
Yeah. True, yeah.
So maybe there's going to be some kind of expansion on that. Something that's like once we have this new Doom, then it's up in your hands, and you take it and do whatever you want to with it. So,
oh, that would be nice, actually.
They announced the new Wolfenstein game, co-op.
Oh,
yeah, interesting. So yeah, the twin daughters. Already seeing people in chat comments freaking out about the fact that the playable characters are female.
Why they're upset by that?
Some people are worried that there's too many female protagonists in games this year.
I get it, but there could be a trend of if we get to 50%, then we're then we're at even, aren't we?
It's also a first-person game. It's not like you're looking at your character a whole lot. Who cares? You're shooting guns.
Sure, it's a new experience too. I mean, look at it that way.
I just want to see what kind of daughters BJ would raise.
Yeah, I was surprised by their southern accents because I don't think BJ had that much of a southern twang.
Yeah, they sounded very American in a Parisian environment. But have you ever not played a game, Ashley, because you couldn't play as a female character?
Once.
Really?
Original Fable.
Really?
Not because I was like offended.
Oh, they both get a suit as well. Beautiful.
Because there were other options, and I was like, well, they market the whole thing as being able to, get married and like have.
To be honest, I really like the concept. They're saying he has a twin, and he gets a twin in Wolfenstein Lost, I think. I have to play it, but
I don't know,
what I saw on
Oblivion or
YouTube.
something where I can
But
do
still,
a lot of similar things,
it's
but
in the lore. It's in the
and
universe.
then,
He has a twin, and the twin you can play as co-op. Come on,
But
it's good.
I
It's
also
fine.
am aware that I
consistent.
missed out on a great game as a result of that.
I just wonder if players are going to not play the game because they can't play as a guy. Like,
no,
I couldn't imagine somebody passing on Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking of. I like Tomb Raider a whole lot. I don't know.
Girls in Wolfenstein.
Nobody cares.
Fallout 76, we got exactly what we expected, kind of like The rumors were all true. It turns out.
Also,
What that was what you expected? Was what they talked about?
That's what the rumors were.
There's a lot there. It seems like a pretty complex system. So you can play solo, but the whole thing is online. So there would be you can play solo, but there would be other people in the world.
It seems like it would be nearly impossible to play solo.
To buddy up with people.
It also seems like you'd be racing for those nuclear sites.
My question is, if all of the characters in the world are players, like they said, what is the quest system? Like, where are you going to get quests? Do you not run into NPCs?
Well, they said that the overseer gave you a quest that will take you to 6 different areas.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I'm just confused as to how that's going to work. Like, is it going to play like a traditional Fallout game? Like, will you be meeting? You won't be meeting NPCs, I guess. Like, I'm so confused by that.
Yeah, no. Also, I was trying to see. These are the first survivors. They're the first vault to open. So I was looking at the enemies, and they were showing creatures primarily. They did show ghouls, but I can't recall that. I have to go back and watch it. Did they ever show raiders? Because are there any like NPC humans in the sense? I mean, ghouls essentially are humans that have been affected by radiation, but raiders, like, what's the lore of raiders? I always thought they were people who didn't get into a vault and somehow managed to survive and literally scrap together a community. But were they vault people that got let go?
It could be vault people who didn't want to conform to the rest of society.
Right. But I always assumed they were survivors or original citizens that never got into a vault.
Right.
But I didn't see any raiders in this. But I'll have to go back and watch. It was a lot to take in.
Yeah. The thing I wasn't expecting was definitely the nuke sites. I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. I guess they made it seem like you had to acquire a code, and not one person might not have the entire thing. So maybe that's where you encourage cooperation and you kind of slow down people from using them constantly.
Yeah. Well, like Sea of Thieves has a similar technology behind it, it sounds like, where you have up to 16 players in a server. You don't know you're in a server. Todd Howard said that specifically.
Like, they don't surface
Right, you'll just be instanced around with
You're instanced, yeah. You're in the same map as everybody else. You're at the same islands, everything else. You just happen to be playing with, depending on how many people in your crew, like 14 to 16 other people that are playing, and you might not even see them. Skull forts are the only way you do it. So I'm thinking, are these nuclear sites like skull forts in Sea of Thieves? Like, oh, this one is open and this one is active. It's not. It seems like if this is bigger than the map from Fallout 4, having 6 nuclear sites but only a couple dozen players, how would you police those for control of them?
Well, I assume like you said, they're probably on cooldown, or they can only activate so often.
Yeah.
And then when they are available, maybe there's a server-wide announcement.
And what happens if you get nuked?
What does that mean for the permanence of the map itself? Like, are you going to be playing through these areas in a relatively small amount of time? Like, is it like you'll see an area a night or whatever, and you'll get through that, and it's like all these things are meant to be repeatable because it's an online survival game, so you would assume that. I don't know. You're building bases can be destroyed. Player progression is persistent, so you don't die, and I guess you don't lose your stuff when you die, which is cool.
That's especially with online, definitely.
See how no loss of progression works with the nukes. It works with that.
Right.
Well, it seems like your base can get destroyed no problem. They made it very clear that like monsters can come in and things go wrong and destroy your house.
Also, if the 4 of us play and we all build a fort together, then when we all log in, do we all have access to our fort, or is it Adam's fort and we're all working on it?
Right. And they also said you can build your camp and then you can take it with you. What does that mean? Like, how do they manage different elevations? Like, my camp is on a hill and then I take it to a flat area. Is my building floating? Like, what does that mean?
Like, you show up at the beginning of when you log in.
Lots of questions for sure. Yeah.
Tool. Put it down.
Interesting questions at best as well.
So you can combine our things together.
Yeah.
Like, I work on mine, you work on yours. We just have to be right there next to each other as neighbors. That kind of thing. I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out.
A lot of questions. Yeah. They didn't even put a date on that beta. They just said there will be a beta.
Right.
But then they didn't say.
And the game is coming out. That is pretty exciting, though, that at least it's coming in, what was it, October?
November 14th.
November 14th, that's right.
Oh, wow, 5 o'clock in the morning.
There's a map that glows in the dark, those figures that you can place on the map, and the power armor helmet that has a working light and a voice modulator.
Yeah, they also, in the middle of the Rage trailer, disrupted the gameplay to advertise the collector's edition. They're like, and there's talking mutant hats, blah, blah, blah. And there's like $120 collector's edition. Then they're like back to gameplay.
Yeah, that was odd.
It was like, oh, I was watching, I was like, haha, that'll be the collector's edition. Then of course it was the collector's edition.
Yep.
Man, weird.
I think the biggest thing that I took away from the Fallout 76 demo here was clearly you can't have VATS, right? There can't be any
Well,
VATS
not if you're playing a human, yeah.
Right. Yeah, if you're in real-time combat with somebody else, it's all just an FPS shooter.
Yeah, and they must have to rework the combat and shooting in that game a whole lot, because in Fallout there's a lot of dice rolling that goes into combat. When you take shots, a lot of times you're aiming directly at someone, but it goes over there because you lost your dice roll. But it looked well, even in just regular shooting, like your ammo or your weapons don't always shoot straight.
Really?
So it seemed like in this, the shooting looked a lot tighter, and it looked like they would have overhauled it. So I mean, I don't know, man. I'm so confused as to what level of story and what progression there will be outside of like getting stuff for your base and your character.
Yeah. Also, can I like progress my character? I like to play stealth characters in both Fallout and in Elder Scrolls games. So, but can I do that?
So maybe this is some gunplay. Oh, well, this is obviously gunplay.
Can I get stealth attacks? I mean, this was kind of interesting. With
and also, his health doesn't go away. He's injured, incapacitated. Does this mean I guess he can be revived by?
He's down.
If he's playing with teammates, maybe one of them can come help him out in that amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
That right there made me like a little nervous, because I was like, I know I'm going to be the guy that like I'm walking around doing fun stuff and then just get shot. They did say also you can play solo, but does that mean you can play not with other people?
It doesn't seem like solo means offline, because they did stress it's entirely online, and so I don't know that you can just.
I think is what you're asking.
Which would be nice. It would be nice to have pure PvE.
Maybe there's PvP areas. Maybe they have that. I mean, going back to the Sea of Thieves analogy as well. Sea of Thieves is a PvP game. You don't have any choice.
Yeah, that's it.
You live in the world with other players, and they're going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah, but I do think that the loss of the non-loss of player progression will make me a little more comfortable. Like I know the reason I don't play a lot of those games like Rust and whatever is because you work for 3 hours to gather all this stuff, and then someone hits you with a stick, and then you lose all your stuff.
Yeah,
and I don't want that. I want my stuff. So.
Are you excited about it? Are you guys going to play this game?
I'll absolutely play it. I'm a huge fan of the
super
Fallout
excited
universe.
for it.
I'm definitely going to play. I am so confused as to actually what the gameplay is outside of survive and pick stuff up.
Yeah, I want to play it. I think that this is like the playing with friends and building stuff together and adventuring together is Fallout is a great setting for that, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think so too. I'm looking forward to it. I also, in the Bethesda showcase, they don't really say what these titles are going to be on. So I can assume Fallout 76 will be console and PC?
I assume
Is that
so.
Fair to assume?
Yeah.
I mean,
will there be
that's very
crossplay? Now you have
Bethesda.
to ask those kinds of questions with a Fallout title. Am I going to be playing with people on Xbox? Because that's going to matter for combat and things like that.
Right,
that's
especially
going to affect my choice of what I play on.
You get it on PS4. There will not be crossplay with Xbox, for example,
Right.
but PS4 and PC might crossplay, and Xbox and PC might crossplay, and so on. It gets really complicated when you start bringing crossplay into it. Also, because it is a shooter, do we then have issues with crossplay on PC, with people on PC having an advantage, and so on?
I assume they'll avoid it altogether since
I'm
it's
going
a shooter.
to craft so many mines in Fallout 76. I don't make mines in any other version of Fallout. I now completely see the value in mines.
So it's just going to be a Minecraft game for you?
That's exactly right, Gus. I will mine, and then I will use what I mine to make mines.
Are you going into this? You were like real worried about the base building. Are you turned off by that still?
And
it's not what I thought. It's if also the other thing about all the building that you do, I don't necessarily like putting so much effort into creation in games if I then can't share it with other people. So this is very similar. I do like that you can have defenses, which you could build in communities in Fallout 4. But you'd spend all this time like building these big communities up, and then no one else would ever see the work that you had done.
Right.
So I like the fact that it's an online environment that makes me a little more comfortable with the building. But I'm also one of those people who just like build the most functional spaces. Everything's like on a grid,
same
and it's like not that appealing to look at.
Yeah, I never would build like neon signs or shit like that. I would just put like turrets here, turrets there, wall here, wall there, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder like how much effort I would go into building a base if it would just get destroyed, because it can. That was shown. So
yeah,
like what and they didn't really talk about the benefits of building a base. Like, why would you build a base?
Well, yeah, defenses, that's one thing.
Yeah, but what
if you're always moving around? Why would you stop and stay in one place?
Yeah, what do you want?
Well, it seems like it seems like it can go with you.
But what does that mean? Like, how are you? How can a base? How does it? Like, even if you took the buildings, like, how would you adjust where the elevation is? Do you just like plant them all? I guess I don't know yet. It's weird.
All of these things are to be discovered. But
I know. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah. Well, I think the tool, the camp tool, they specifically said was the kind of the hub for this, where you can just like pack it up and go. But it could be cool if for instance, if we decide to party up and you happen to live in the northeastern part, of the map, and I live in the southwestern part, that those are our fast travel points that we can go to. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of an example of how they could use it. I don't know. I like the fact that Bethesda takes their leading franchise, or their leading franchises, and they try new things with them. And I like what they're doing with Skyrim going to mobile, even though that's probably not something I will, play a lot, I don't think. But I like what they've done with Fallout going to mobile, and now Fallout going online as well.
Yeah, the Blades thing is interesting because they announced it as like a mobile game, but it's also coming to PC and they said it's coming to PC, to VR, and to consoles.
Yeah, they said go ahead and pre-order it, but it's gonna be free.
Yeah. Then they showed clearly there's multiple kinds of currencies in there, so clearly they're obviously gonna have like some paid currency in there.
Premium.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Well, and also, if it's single player, how do those currencies and microtransactions fit into the whole thing? Are they going to put in stop gates? Well, like, how are they going to treat all of that stuff? Lots of questions there they haven't really elaborated on.
Yep.
But
at Fallout Shelter, they definitely have loot boxes. They have the lunch boxes.
Yeah, but you absolutely could play that game without ever buying one.
You definitely could.
They barely touched on Starfield. They showed that it existed and confirmed that.
Yeah, they confirmed it. So I guess but the fact that they said next gen means that I think we can count on it 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while.
But an interesting spoiler, because developers, especially big developers like Bethesda, are going to get that information before anybody else does. So they can start developing, new franchises like Starfield, launch titles for when those consoles come out. And so I haven't really heard the for sure about, this is the first real indication I've got that a next generation of consoles is coming.
Well, I know that, was it Sony said their next generation is at least 3 years out.
Okay.
So it has been talked about. CD Projekt Red has in the past said that they are designing Cyberpunk to work on future technology. Okay. So that could also end up being, if not purely next gen, cross-generational. Mm-hmm. One of those hybrid transitional sort of games at the very least. So there are developers that are starting to talk about that.
Yeah, and Phil Spencer said today in the Xbox presentation, he hinted at another Xbox that they're already into development or designer.
Deep in architecture on their next Xbox hardware.
Yeah, I get the feeling next year is going to be a console year.
Yeah,
they're getting all the announcements.
That we're kind of hinting at it.
Man, I kind of wish they hadn't talked about Elder Scrolls. It's like cool that like they're making it, but
Elder Scrolls 6.
They're taking away a mic drop moment for themselves.
Well, I mean, it was honestly the same thing with Starfield. Why you mentioned it? It seems like they didn't really show anything with either of them. We got a logo for Starfield, which is 90% of the work,
because I think
and then we got Elder Scrolls 6 without
I think if you
name.
take those two away, they didn't have much big that they hadn't announced yet. Like Doom is kind of a big deal, and Wolfenstein is kind of a big deal, but
sometimes these presentations are reactive, and I could see Bethesda watching EA's presentation and what happened with Command & Conquer and the mobile game, and they had to announce a Skyrim mobile game or an Elder Scrolls mobile game. If maybe they felt like they had to say they were also moving ahead.
We're doing a real one.
Right, because that's what people wanted from EA. They wanted you to say, hey, this is a Command & Conquer mobile game, and here's a new Command & that didn't happen. And so everyone's like, this is what happened with Command & Conquer. I can see, the video game audience is reactive. They outrage on a regular basis, and it's like sometimes you got to quell that to begin with.
I think some of that negative reaction on the EA one was also how much time was dedicated to it, and like that esports shoutcasting format they went with. I think it was just delivery was also part of that.
Still doesn't explain Starfield though.
No,
it kind of motivates the brief little glimpse we got of Elder Scrolls. They didn't even tell us the region. That would have been something,
right,
where does this take place?
Just a logo, but not not even like a specific logo to that game, just like a general series logo that just said Elder Scrolls 6.
Well, keep in mind as well, last year at E3, Nintendo announced Metroid Prime 4, and all they had was a logo, and we all pretty much shit ourselves in excitement. So
Well, I think in this case it was 2 logos back to back, Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield. So that's why I felt awkward at the end of it. Even though I'm excited for both of those titles, it just seemed like a weird way to end the conference.
Sure, I get it. Although I say it's like, here's what we've got in the immediate future, and but we're looking ahead, and we've got some big stuff planned. We're working on our new IP, and of course, we already knew they were working on another Elder Scrolls game, so them confirming it doesn't damage it in any way. They're just like, yep, it's coming in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said the Elder Scrolls was going to be the next game after Starfield, so it made it seem like it was even further away.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if you're working on a big new IP like Starfield, you'd imagine they'd put most of their resources into that first. Then after that launches, then you think about Elder Scrolls, which means like Elder Scrolls in how many years? Like 5, 6?
Yeah, like earlier, going back to our earlier conference, I read CD Projekt Red put out a statement about Cyberpunk, and they said they began pre-production in earnest once they wrapped Blood and Wine. It's like, I thought the game was already in pre-production by that point. I can't believe that they rolled off of Blood and Wine, then rolled into pre-production on Cyberpunk, just to give you a sense for like the timing on how those kinds of projects go.
Yeah, and specifically with that, it was, so at the end of the Xbox briefing, they did the new trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. In that teaser, there is a message hidden from the developers saying, hey, sorry it's been so long since the initial teaser. We were working on The Witcher. Now we're back on this. But clearly, you're right there. There is a double-edged sword to announcing things too early, and then they just languish.
That will be the conversation going forward for Elder Scrolls now. It's like, how come we haven't heard about it since the announcement, in 2018? But I had to look it up just now. It has been 7 years since Skyrim was released. So that
11/11/11.
Yeah, 2011. So you have to say something at some point, I guess. But I mean, it is for Elder Scrolls fans. I'm sure there are people out there who are just Elder Scrolls fans. They're probably disappointed that they're going to have to wait at least.
They also had the Median game. They had Elder Scrolls Online. I know people didn't really love that, but that did take the Elder Scrolls franchise and do something with it.
What did they say? 11 million players.
I mean, it's not a small amount. Yeah.
The crazy one to me was Fallout Shelter had 120 million players. Have you guys all played it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then coming to PS4 and Nintendo Switch tonight.
Yeah, and that's what they said. It's more than all their other games they've made combined, which is just
considering how much Fallout 4 and Skyrim sold. It's very illustrative of the power of a really good free game.
You know, if you're going to design a collector's edition for a Fallout game, they've done the Pip-Boy, and now they've done the helmet for the power armor. It's like, why not just bobbleheads? I mean, that would be like that would be something I would expect to see.
Because they sell them separately.
I think they sell bobbleheads separately. Yeah.
They also had the nuke for the Fallout collection.
I like that thing.
Oh, that's right. Didn't it make a sound?
Yeah, and you could hit a button and it like sounded like a bomb dropping and exploding.
It's morbid. But I did like in the demo too, and then clearly with Fallout 76, they are following in the color palette for Fallout 4, which was much more vibrant.
Yes.
I mean, even just when you come out after a nuclear attack and you see fall foliage, that wasn't what I was expecting to see. Yeah. It looks like an environment in recovery, to say the least. But I love when he's walking around, or the character's walking around in the vault at the beginning, and you go past clearly what are the character creation part,
I saw
the special poster and all that. That was, I think, a nice nod. And that's always, to me, it's like...
Well, it could be as you're walking out in the game, that's where you stop and determine all that. Like, this is the progression out of the vault to start the game.
And I like that your character's by themselves because they clearly just overslept.
Got a bit of a hangover, maybe.
Nothing changes. Can you imagine waiting 25 years for something and then you oversleep? That'd be crazy.
Well, I wonder if there's going to be more to that. If you were incapacitated or in some kind of cryosleep and you missed Reclamation Day by not just a little bit, but by a long period of time.
No, I see.
You mean that's how people have sort of gotten out? There's raiders all over the place, and that's how people have scattered.
Right, the world's already kind of populated.
Yeah.
Then that would explain that 20 or 25-year discrepancy that we talked about before. Like maybe you've been waiting to come out for a few years, and that's why there's no one at all.
Those balloons would not be inflated, though, still.
That's true.
Yeah. Or who knows? Maybe they're not balloons. Maybe those are rigid wires with plastic.
It's those plastic.
Yeah. But one of the things I worry about with the franchise moving online is, and this is what we're talking about here, you can see like it says get a job and then the special poster. So this is probably where you stop to like determine what your character's going to be. Oh, in fact,
Like
we should analyze that special post.
Here's your different stats. Here's what you can choose.
Just the fact that it's still called special means probably most of the stats haven't changed because the initials indicate the stats. But where was I going with this? Oh, one of the things I worry about with a franchise going online is when you see the enemies. I noticed that all the enemies have qualifiers now. Like, this is a diseased, glowing ghoul officer. And I'm like, there's going to be a limited amount of creatures, and then they just give them different ranks, like a lot of online games. But no, I mean, there was a mutant sloth in there. There's a lot of new stuff.
That was great.
Are there sloths in West Virginia?
I don't know. Maybe the zoo has one.
Right, yeah.
I don't believe so.
I think that I'm a little worried at how divisive Fallout seems to be already. When I was watching chat, as soon as they mentioned like online only, I saw a lot of people be like, "That's it, I'm writing it off."
Yeah. So here's special. Here's the
marketing
what they have up there.
Public safety.
Pick a job. Okay, so this looks like a simplified version of the special system. So you can pick an educator,
healthcare professional,
public safety worker,
pest control.
So they might have a simplified version of character creation here.
That maybe like you take a role instead of specifically checking stats.
Yeah. Pest control professional. Clearly you need to get like bonuses against certain things. Building construction and what is that worker?
Healthcare professional?
Yeah, I'm a medic. So it sounds like it's more class-based.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Well, it makes a lot of sense with if you're going to play with a group of friends, then you have different types of specialists.
Yeah, well, I do think that the Fallout, I don't mind because I'm playing by myself, but you can definitely overpower yourself by going all in on one thing.
Yeah,
like stealth in mine is like you can get to the point where you're like just crouch walking right next to a person with a rifle. And
or putting grenades in their pockets or whatever.
Exactly.
Right?
That's the fun stuff about Bethesda RPGs, though.
Totally agree.
Right, but
totally agree, but you gotta balance
be the case with it being online, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, but like, man, in Skyrim, when you could literally hit people with that one hat that made you invisible, and you just hit people, and they're like, "Where are you? I can't find you." Just hit them with a sword. It's so good. Love that.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing that you can say for a single-player experience. But Todd Howard was saying, and I think this is a big question that Fallout 76 needs to answer. He's saying you can play solo, but does that mean PvE? Does that mean you're playing literally by yourself in a wasteland?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I get the feeling based on the fact that he led with it being entirely online, saying that there will be other people in this world. He did note it's not hundreds, it's not thousands, it's dozens. So if it's dozens of people distributed across an area 4 times the size of Fallout 4, then it's not going to be, you're not going to be crowded in. That you may be able to go around and do these things in a shared world. Maybe take extra care to avoid people if you get near someone. Make sure that you're more careful with your class and your building, all that kind of thing, but that you can do it. But I don't think it's going to take you offline into entirely PvE. I think you're going to need to worry about other players in the world still.
Well, there was also a very clear map with zones, which were delineated with borders when they were showing off the different nuclear sites. And as someone who's played Elder Scrolls Online, I should be able to answer this question myself. But how do they handle PvP in ESO? Is it like WoW, where you get in a PvP region? Is it PvP all the time? Is it a PvE server? I don't recall. I have to look at it because whatever they do in ESO would probably influence what they're going to do in Fallout 76.
True.
I don't know.
Really? You seem like you're skeptical about this.
From the impression I got, it is going to be like an online survival game where it's all PvP, all PvP all the time.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't feel like they'll turn it off unless maybe there are specific like quest turn-in areas or something that I can see them turning off. Yeah, because otherwise, if everyone is getting essentially the same storyline and being sent around to these 6 different areas by the Overseer, then if you know you have to check in with someone, those would become ganking points.
Those will become the spots that get nuked.
Right. Now, speaking of that, controlling nuclear sites. So they said there are, 6 different ones that people can control.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that's distributed across a couple dozen people in an instance, that seems like a lot of nukes, like pretty high ratio of nukes per person.
They said several dozen. We don't know what that
so we don't know, but it's not in the hundreds.
But it seemed like, again, like you had to collect multiple pieces of a code to launch it, so it might not be an easy thing to get done.
By the way, just on a side note here, I just checked the Alexa app, and one of the top searches is Skyrim.
Can we talk about that? That was a great video.
Well, it was pretty funny.
Mind you,
then they went and made an Elder Scrolls
yeah.
game.
I mean, I feel like we were at the time being pretty intentionally edged pretty hard by Todd Howard. There, we're all waiting for the Fallout 76 talk, and they were making their jokes about Skyrim being on fridges, which it was a very funny video.
Was.
The very special edition. But we were all just like, waiting, like, oh, come on. We know there's something after this, and it's real important. This is clearly not a real announcement. I don't think it's coming to fridges, you guys. I don't think it's coming to Alexa, although I really enjoyed the interactive story.
Do you think anyone who watches this video knows what a pager is or remembers that?
Oh, gosh. It's funny, though. I mean, it's like, what devices can they possibly put Skyrim on at this point?
They also did a little Wolfenstein game for VR. Sounds cool. I mean, Bethesda
didn't show anything about it.
Bethesda is, like, crazy about putting VR games out. I love it. Like, they're one of the only big developers that is putting their games on stuff, and that's great.
I want to play Typhon Hunt in VR. It sounded cool, and then once they said in VR, I'm absolutely about that.
So let me ask you a question about that. So they specifically referenced that you could be a banana, which I associate as being a reference to prop hunt.
In Prey?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like, space bananas figure in pretty heavily.
Yeah. Yeah, as part of the presser kit, they sent a banana.
Yeah. Okay. In fact, we've been at
Prey?
Yeah, remember that
It's more recent one.
For the recent Prey, it came out, they sent out these press kits, and they had, like, space coffee and space all kinds of things, and they also sent out bananas in these weird special, I guess, like, banana cases that apparently once you take the banana out, look suspiciously like sex toys.
It does, yeah.
No, well.
Yeah. No, we got a lot of questions about that. We had one of those on our set, and people were like, why is there a dildo in the background? Because it's a space banana.
I don't remember what the game was where they shipped out the press kits and they included a set of brass knuckles.
Oh, God.
It was Godfather 2,
I think it was one of the Godfather games, and it's illegal in like 37 states.
Yeah.
And we're mailing these out. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Not the smartest move. So am I crazy that I don't remember bananas while playing Prey as a big deal? I just, I have a sensitivity now.
To bananas?
No, to indie developers and prop hunt made by an indie developer. I have a sensitivity to indie developers inspiring these major corporations to make something similar.
You're talking about PUBG and Fortnite.
A little bit like that, yeah. And it's like I have a sensitivity to it. It is an independent developer, and if they made a game where you're hiding in plain sight, and you can hide as a banana, I definitely associate that as a prop hunt mechanic. Am I alone in this?
I
don't have the Prey knowledge to know about
but
bananas.
prop hunt did come to mind, not only for all of us, but I saw it crop up very, very frequently in chat as that was announced. Everyone associated it with prop hunts. So definitely not alone in seeing like this seems awfully inspired by, or this seems like a very similar game type.
If it makes any difference whatsoever, I just looked on Google. I looked up Prey and BAN, and that the autocomplete was not for banana.
What was it
Well,
for?
there's a trailer called Prey Mimic Madness Banana in Space. So maybe it was a big part of their marketing, and it's coffee cups and like toilet paper and all that crap.
And what is this for? Were they advertising there?
This is I don't know. This might not even be an official ad because it only has 1,000 views.
But maybe very quite possibly not. But they mimics featured really, really heavily in Prey. And they were, that was coffee cups, things like that. Just anything could be a mimic, and that included things like bananas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Fabricator, where you break down materials. There was some exploit where you could use bananas to do it. 2 ways to approach the exploit, both work the same way. For the lesser cheat, you need a stack of any recyclable item. Let's just use banana peels as an example. Or we can just rock out to music here. There we go. Apparently, banana peels were one of the recyclable materials you could use in the recycler to then build new things.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I'm oversensitive. I'm gonna back off from this comment.
What's your problem with bananas, dude?
Yeah,
It's not my problem with bananas.
Why do you hate bananas?
Listen.
They're full of important vitamins.
I like stories like we're told during the Xbox presentation today, where when a major corporation sees something that they're inspired by, they then like buy that developer and give them a lot of money to make it better and cooler, as opposed to, hey, we really like this thing,
let's copy it.
we can make this. And, I would hope that most people would have that same opinion of that, but I don't know.
Overall,
maybe they never heard of prop hunt.
overall, I was really happy with the presser. I thought it went really well. I thought there were some strange missteps, some things I wasn't necessarily interested in, but definitely worlds better than last year's conference for them.
Agreed. I was worried early on that was going to set the tone for the whole thing, just because it did take us so long to get to a gameplay demo. But I feel like it picked up a lot of momentum as it went. And you're right. As soon as they turned it over to Todd Howard, it was like the Todd Howard Magical Snark Hour, and that was a really strong way to end it. Really, I thought it was nice. They have a little bit of an available now in terms of the new content for Prey tonight that they're doing. Fallout Shelter on new platforms tonight. That kind of thing was really cool. And that Fallout is November.
Yep, coming soon.
So much stuff, I think that we all agree they didn't need those 2 little buttons at the end with Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
Look, I'm glad they at least confirmed Starfield is a real thing, because we've been speculating about it so long based on this trademark.
True.
And it's good to know, yes, it's real. Yes, it's space.
Yes.
And I know we'll be waiting a long time, but I feel like they set that expectation when they said next gen.
I'm way more excited about Starfield than I am about Elder Scrolls 6.
Well, you know what? Yeah. You don't even... Okay, fine, whatever.
But I'm also more of a Fallout fan. I lean to that way in the Bethesda universe. I lean towards Fallout more than I do towards Elder Scrolls.
Where do you rate this where do you guys rate this press conference compared to the other 2 that we've seen so far?
Oh, Bethesda? Hard to match that first one.
I'm sorry. How do you rate it?
I think
this
compared
to EA and Xbox.
And Xbox.
I feel like it's stronger. Xbox, the more I thought about it, they had really great reveals. They had a lot of really big flashy games involved. But when I sat down and thought about it afterwards, there weren't a ton of exclusives. Lots of world premieres of things that are going to be on multiple platforms. Fewer things that were going to continue to be exclusives. I feel like Bethesda announced an equally strong lineup.
Yeah.
And then, I thought I think they're doing great.
And then EA had Command & Conquer Mobile.
And EA had Command & Conquer Mobile.
Yeah, EA, it was a little stumble coming out, but I do think that a big part of EA's strategy for this E3 was to put a more human face on this big corporate juggernaut that they have. And so there was a lot of developers presenting things. I love seeing those developers up there, especially the Sea of Solitude developer. She was awesome.
Indie developers up there in general are great. You can just see how excited they are.
But I think Bethesda, with the way they open with their company and their developers and even the support staff that works around the development teams. And I think they do a great job of showing you the culture and how much they care about their people and also care about the games.
I think they showed a similar trailer last year to lead off their conference. So yeah, they're definitely committed to that.
I think it had a lot of the developers' kids in it, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So I would say this is probably second after Xbox. I thought Xbox, well, a lot of their exclusives, I think they padded the count by bringing in some stuff that they talked about previously. Yeah, it's definitely worlds ahead of EA. This was not a good year so far for EA.
Well, we got still have the Sony conference ahead, which is probably the one I'm looking forward to most.
We have a lot of them ahead still. So tomorrow morning, we start bright and early with Square Enix. And then we have Ubisoft, and then we have the PC gaming show, then we have PlayStation. So there are 4 of these briefings tomorrow. We will be live for all of them. We're going to start bright and early in the morning, and then we will stream throughout the day, because there's really not a ton of huge breaks in between all of those. When we do have a break, I think we might play some Unravel, which was a nice EA announcement. They announced Unravel 2, which is out now. So we are going to try and do some gameplay of that potentially when we do have a moment. But tomorrow's going to be a very big, long day with, I'm sure, a lot of really cool reveals. We'll be live for all of that as well. So I hope you guys are able to join us for a part or all of it. And we'd love to know what you are looking forward to seeing during the day, because it's going to be a very big day, I think.
Yeah. And then on Tuesday, our coverage begins.
Yeah, and then Tuesday, E3 starts. Great. And we're going to be seeing a lot of this on the show as well. Bethesda is coming on. We're going to get a chance to talk to Pete Hines, ask him some of the questions that we really want to know, about things like Fallout, about Blades, about Starfield. Just kidding. He probably won't talk about. He's not going to want to talk about Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6. But
well, it doesn't mean we're not going to ask.
Let us know what questions you want us to ask.
Right. So we're going to be talking to developers across Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo and Bethesda and EA and all of those guys. And we'll be asking more questions about the games that we all well, have been sort of talking about here during these presentations as well. So hope you guys are able to tune in. It will be here as well, youtube.com/roosterteeth, youtube.com/the know. We'll be doing big long streams. It's going to be a lot of fun. Super duper fun.
Yep.
But before we get to real E3, we have the last big day of presentations tomorrow. So hope you join us for that.
We'll see you guys there.
We're going to take a little nap. We're going to go find your couch, Brittany.
All right. This is it. Beautiful. All right. Everybody, thank you for watching. This was it. Bethesda's live event, which was interesting to say the least. See you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.